Yo, what is up, guys? Underrated Mage here today to do a video discussing Fairy Tail's biggest secrets. And if you guys remember that intro when I say, yo, what is up, guys? It's Underrated Mage, then you are the real MVP because you know that I used that intro when this channel was first starting off. And I don't know why, but I stopped using it. But I decided, you know what? Let's take it back to the roots. Let's take it back to the basics. So if you guys remember that intro, then clap it up because that means that you've been here for a long time. I started this channel a while ago, so yeah, I decided why not just start using this intro again, make it my signature thing again, because I know a lot of you guys liked it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the video. Now, Fairy Tail is a series that has just a whole bunch of mysteries and a whole bunch of secrets within this video, or within the series, and to be honest, I could go on for hours. Yeah, like this would literally be a 24-hour video if I went on with how many secrets that Fairy Tail has. So I'm not going to necessarily name every single secret in Fairy Tail, but today I'm going to be discussing the ones that I think that we need to get ASAP. And don't get me wrong, these aren't all the secrets either that I think we should get ASAP. There's tons of more, but I actually do plan on splitting these videos up and drop a couple more videos similar to this if you guys enjoy it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start the video. Now, one of the biggest secrets in Fairy Tail is Gray's mom. Now, the reason why I say Gray's mom is simply because of this. We know that Fairy Tail right now, we've been getting introduced to a lot of the main characters or the main cast's parents, like their actual parents. For example, we got Natsu. We recently got introduced to his mom and dad, and we know that, well, we don't really know too much about them, but we got introduced to them, and that's actually a shocker because I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to shonen, we don't really know. It's either we don't know one of the main characters' parents, or we don't know any of them. Like, you'll get the dad, but you won't get the mom, or you'll get the mom, you won't get the dad, or you just won't get any of them. So I'm actually happy that we did get introduced to Natsu's parents. Now, we have to find out more about them because they didn't really say too much about themselves, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get more on them. And then we move on to Lucy, and we've always known Lucy's parents, but we're getting some insight about Lucy's family as a whole. Like, for example, we're getting introduced to the whole Heartfilia clan. Anna Heartfilia, we find out that's basically Lucy, one of Lucy's great ancestors, who's basically a super strong maid. So we're getting more insight on the Heartfilia family. And then last but not least, Urza. Now, Urza recently, and I'm talking about recently, we got introduced to her mom and her dad. And we actually, to be honest, besides Lucy, she's probably the next person whose parents have the most characterization, like, combined, because when it comes to Natsu, like I said, he doesn't really have any, his parents doesn't have any characterization. We don't even know those names. Lucy, like I said, she has the most. And then Urza, we find out that her mom was actually working for Zeref as a Spriggan 12 member. She is currently aligned with Zeref. That is crazy. And we find out that her dad was basically a jackass. He tried to kill her mom and everything. So yeah, Urza's dad, they're not, he didn't really get along with Urza's mom too well. So yeah, the whole thing with that is just crazy. Urza's parents. And then we move on to Gray. The reason I say Gray is because he's like the last person that we have to find out about each parents. Now, we know about Silver, and Silver is basically dead now. Like, he's been dead for what, a long time now. He got resurrected with the whole Tartaros arc. And now we have to find out about his mom, or at least I want to find out about his mom, because I don't want him to be the only person out of the main four who doesn't get his parents revealed. That'll just be iffy. So yeah, Gray's mom is one of the biggest mysteries that I want to learn about for a long time. And then we move on to God Slaying Magic origins. Now, we've been introduced to three types of Slayer magic: Dragon Slayer magic, God Slayer magic, Devil Slaying magic. Now, as far as Dragon Slayer magic, we know the origins of Dragon Slayer magic. Urza's mom was basically the first person to ever use Dragon Slayer magic, and ever since then, she ended up teaching other people. The dragons ended up teaching other people, and that's basically how it got spread around. Like, it got passed through the grapevine, and everybody was straight up using Dragon Slayer magic. So yeah, we know how Dragon Slayer magic got started. We don't really know too much about Devil Slaying magic, but we do know that Silver, he actually is the person who used it, and eventually, once Silver ended up dying, he passed it down to Gray. We saw how strong Devil Slaying magic was. If you're going up against a demon, you're able to, like, one-shot them if you really wanted to. Silver, he was able to freeze Natsu instantly, and we know that Natsu is E and D, therefore he's a demon. So yeah, Devil Slayer magic is OP, but we really don't know too much about it. But then again, the reason why that's not on this list and compared to why God Slayer magic is because we just got introduced to that. But as far as God Slayer magic, we've had this in the series for a long time. Zenkro was one of the first people to use it, and it's just crazy that we don't know where it came from. I've seen some people say stuff like Hades is the one like who created it. I don't know if that's 100% sure. If you guys know that's 100% sure, then make sure you tell me in the comment section. I'm not too sure on that, but yeah, Hades, he was basically we know that Zenkro was underneath Hades, so maybe he did it, but I need 100% fact, like 100% confirmation on that, because I don't really know about it. But if he did create it, that'll be cool. I gotta give Hades some props. He is underrated in my eyes, and he's one of my favorite villains. But yeah, number 2 is God Slayer Magic Origins. And then we move on to Gildart's past. Now, Gildart, he's such a mystery character. Like, he's rarely in the series, but yeah, when he shows up, it's so epic. Like, he has the best intros in anime, manga history. I mean, he just straight up always comes in, says some slick shit, and just goes right into work. And yeah, I just want to see what type of character Gildarts was as a child, or yeah, as a child, as a teenager, all that. Like how he met Kanna's mom, or yeah, I was gonna say basically how he met Kanna's mom, which is basically his baby mama. So yeah, I can't wait to see how we get to see Gildarts actually become the guy that he is today, how we ended up stumbling upon Fairy Tail, everything. I think that we need to find out about Gildarts' past, and that'll make for one hell of a either side story or just a mini arc, just finding out about Gildarts. I could see it being a side story because we have stuff like Fairy Tail, Ice Trail, like the stuff with Gray, all that, and Gajeel. Like I could see Gildarts' past being a side story, and it'll actually be pretty damn amazing. Next, we move on to the Edelaw's counterparts. Now, as far as the Edelaw's counterparts, this one gets a little bit spooky because we have people like Grandini. We know that her counterpart is Perliska. I don't know how to pronounce it. The girl, the lady who's basically like the best healer in the main thing. Grandini's counterpart. But how come we don't have a Zeref counterpart? How come we don't have a Mavis counterpart? How come we don't have an Igneel counterpart? How come we don't, all these important characters, like where are they? Like where are their counterparts and everything? So this is just kind of like crazy because I would expect, like, don't get me wrong, Grandini, she's not necessarily fodder, but she's not like, and by fodder, I mean like as a character. I'm not talking about strength wise. Like, obviously, strength wise, she is the fodder, but I'm talking about like in terms like importance to the story. But yeah, we know that she's not necessarily like, she's not fodder, but she's not like a main character when it comes to the story. And I think that it's weird that out of all people, she was really like the first special person to get this whole, her own counterpart granted to her. So that's just crazy to me. Will we get a Zeref Edelaw's counterpart? Will we get a Mavis Edelaw's counterpart? Hell, will we ever even go back to the fucking Edelaw's world? I mean, that's just, I don't even know if we'll ever even go back there. But if we do, I hope we do get to see counterparts for some of the special characters. Now, the next one, this one, a lot of people might not know who this is, anime onlys, but God Anksaram. Now, we know that God Anksaram, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's basically the person who ended up cursing Zeref and actually made him mortal. And we also do know that he ended up being responsible for cursing Mavis. But we know that with the whole Zeref thing, he cursed him for trying to revive Natsu. Zeref broke the laws of alchemy. Shout out to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. That was some huge, like, that's some huge Fullmetal Alchemist vibes. Like, Zeref trying to revive his younger brother. But no, in all seriousness, we know that Zeref, he basically tried to revive Natsu, and it didn't really turn out too well for him because he ended up getting clapped and now he's immortal. But at the same time, Mavis, she ended up actually like risking her body trying to save Yuri Makarov's father. Yeah, basically trying to save Makarov's father. That's what got her to turn into basically be cursed by God Anksaram. And the thing about God Anksaram is that the reason why I'm saying that we don't know much about him is because he's playing a huge role in the series. He's the reason why we have one of the main villains known as Zeref. Whether he's the final villain, we know that he's the main villain. God Anksaram is the reason why Zeref got cursed. So I'm one of the people that thinking, will we get a God Anksaram arc? Will we get Natsu and Zeref teaming up? I don't know, but I do think it would be dope if we did get to learn about the guy who cursed Zeref. I mean, it's the guy who cursed Zeref. That's enough said. Now, the next one is going to be One Magic. And One Magic is another spanky, another spooky thing to discuss, because there's just so many different interpretations from many different characters when it comes to One Magic. For example, Lucy, she says that One Magic is love simply because she's heard people like Layla and Mavis say that One Magic was love. But on the other hand, you have people like Hades who said that One Magic was just like completely evil. And last but not least, you have people like Margir who said that One Magic is straight up like curses. So at this point, there's been so many different interpretations of what One Magic is, but what really is One Magic? Like, that's the thing. Like, is it love? Is it hatred? I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be curses, because curses, I don't think we'll be seeing them in the series anymore. I'm gonna be honest. Like, that's kind of like a one-time thing, but I'm thinking that One Magic, and I have a video planned for One Magic that's gonna be dropping soon. But yeah, I'm pretty interested to see what is One Magic, because so apparently it's supposed to be like super strong. So I wonder who is going to be the person to unlock it. And then we move on to Acnologia's Dragon Slayer, or Dragon, basically Acnologia's past. I've been begging, listen, if you guys have been like fans of Underrated Mage, you guys know that I've been begging for Acnologia's past for almost a whole year now. This channel is basically about a year old, so I've been asking for that long to find out about Acnologia's past, and Hiro Mashima still hasn't given it to us. I'm just like, damn, man, can we just finally get Acnologia's past? Because you know what, Acnologia, he's going to be a main villain, if not the final villain. Me personally, I believe he's going to be the final villain simply because he's going to fight up against Natsu. Natsu, he has a huge grudge against Acnologia, and he seems like that he has something more personal with him rather than Zeref. Don't get me wrong, Natsu, he does have connection with Zeref when it comes to fighting, but Zeref didn't really do anything too bad to Natsu himself, whereas Acnologia, we saw him take down Igneel in front of Natsu's eyes, made Natsu start crying and everything. So yeah, Natsu, I believe that he has a bigger grudge against Acnologia than he does against Zeref. Therefore, Acnologia will most likely be the final villain. But what would be a final villain without learning about the true past? Now, we're starting to learn about Zeref's past, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get into Acnologia's pretty soon, but I'm just saying that I cannot wait to see Acnologia's past, because that's been one of the hugest secrets that we've seen, or that we haven't seen. I can't wait till we see it. And last but not least, Natsu's parents. Now, like I said before, earlier on, we know nothing about Natsu and Zeref's parents. I mean, it's just, we know nothing. It's crazy. But there's been a lot of theories going around when it comes to Natsu's parents. One of them has been saying that maybe they're a clan similar to the Heartfilia clan. We know that the Heartfilia clan, they basically specialize in using the whole celestial spirit keys and stuff. So that's really their trademark. But when it comes to the Dragneel family, what would be their trademark if they had a little clan? Like, we know that Natsu, he uses Dragon Slayer magic, and obviously that's not like a Dragneel only thing, so it's not going to be something that his clan can only utilize. We know that Zeref, he utilizes black magic, dark magic, whatever you want to call it, God Armstrong magic, and we know that you can't really obtain that either through training. I mean, you literally have to be cursed in order to obtain magic of that caliber. So this got me thinking, what is if there's a Dragneel clan, what would be their specialty and what would be their connection? I mean, me personally, I want to find out more about their parents individually, like what they did, what was their magic power, what side they take during the war, like all this stuff. And I mean, we know they were killed off by a dragon, but like, I also want to know which dragon killed them off. Like, me personally, I had a theory saying that it was Acnologia. I'm not gonna say I don't believe that anymore, but I still could believe in it. But nonetheless, it could be Acnologia, or it could be some random dragon, or like, there's just so many things that we have to think about when it comes to Natsu and Zeref's parents. So yeah, that is one of the most mysterious things that I've seen, or that I want to find out in the series. So overall, that's basically it for the fairy tale biggest secrets. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go ahead and give it a like. If you guys want me to do more videos like this discussing fairy tale secrets, I can do it, because there's a lot of things that fairy tale, or a lot of secret things that fairy tale has in this amazing series, and we have yet to figure out all of them. So why not do videos discussing them and seeing what I want to, or seeing the most important ones that I want to see. So yeah, that's basically it for this little video. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.